What if everything you've been taught about saving money is actually keeping you broke? I know that sounds wrong. You've been told since you were a kid, save your money. Put it in the bank. Be responsible. And I'm not saying saving is evil. But here's the truth no one tells you. Saving money and building wealth are not the same thing. And if you've been doing one while expecting the results of the other, that's why you feel stuck. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what separates people who struggle financially their entire lives from the ones who quietly build real, lasting wealth. 5 specific shifts, and by the end of this video, you'll never think about your money the same way again. Let me paint you a picture. The average American follows the rules. They get a job. They open a savings account. They put money away every month. They do what they were told. And 40 years later, they retire with barely enough to survive, dependent on Social Security, watching their savings get eaten by inflation, wondering what went wrong. Here's what went wrong. They were playing defense their entire lives. And you cannot build wealth playing defense. Saving money is defense. It preserves what you have. But inflation runs at 3 to 4% a year on average. If your savings account is paying you 0.5% interest, and most are, you are losing money every single day you leave it there. Slowly, quietly, without anyone telling you. This is not a personal failure. This is a financial literacy failure, and it ends today. The 5 wealth shifts. Shift number 1. From saver to investor. The first shift is the most important, and the one most people never make. Savers store money. Investors put money to work. When you invest, whether that's in index funds, real estate, or your own business, your money generates more money without you lifting a finger. That's the power of compound growth. Einstein reportedly called it the 8th wonder of the world. And the people who understand it earn it. The people who don't pay it. You don't need to be rich to start investing. You need to start investing to get rich. Even $50 a month invested consistently over 30 years at a 10% average return, the historical average of the S&P 500 becomes over $100,000 without any extra effort. That's the difference between a saver and an investor. Shift number 2. From one income to multiple streams. The second shift is about risk. Specifically, the massive financial risk of depending on a single paycheck. The average millionaire has 7 streams of income. 7. Not because they got lucky 7 times, but because they understood that one stream is a single point of failure. Your salary is rented income. Your employer can end it tomorrow. Multiple income streams, a side business, rental income, dividends, royalties, affiliate revenue, mean that no single event can wipe you out. You don't need all 7 streams at once. You need to start your second one today. Because wealth is not built from a single source. It's built from a system. Shift number 3. From spending to allocating rich. People don't budget the way you were taught. They don't restrict, they allocate. Here's the difference. Budgeting says, I have $1,000 and I need to make sure I don't spend too much. Allocation says, I have $1,000 and every dollar has a job before I spend a single cent. The wealthy pay themselves first, before bills, before fun, before anything. A percentage goes to investments, a percentage to savings, a percentage to an emergency fund, and then, and only then, what's left is for living. Most people live first and save what's left. Wealthy people invest first and live on what's left. That single reversal, applied consistently, changes everything. Shift number 4. From avoiding risk to managing. And one of the biggest lies sold to working people is that risk is the enemy of wealth. It's not. Unmanaged risk is. Keeping all your money in a savings account feels safe. But as we covered, inflation makes it a guaranteed loss over time. That is risk. It's just slow and invisible. The wealthy don't avoid risk. They study it, measure it, and take calculated risks with asymmetric upside. That means the potential gain is significantly larger than the potential loss. Start small. Learn one investment vehicle deeply, whether that's index funds, real estate, or your own business. Understand the downside before you commit, and then move. Because standing still has its own price, and most people are paying it without realizing. Shift number 5, from consumer to asset builder. The final shift is the one that ties everything together, and it's a mindset shift as much as a financial one. Consumers buy things that lose value. Asset builders buy things that gain value or generate income. A new car is a liability. It loses 20% of its value the moment you drive it off the lot. A rental property is an asset. It generates cash flow every month and appreciates over time. This doesn't mean you never buy nice things. It means you build assets first and let the assets pay for the nice things. When your investments cover your lifestyle, that's financial freedom. That's the goal. Not a number in a savings account, a system that generates wealth while you sleep. The urgency close. Here's the hard truth I want to leave you with. Every year you spend saving instead of building. Inflation wins. Every month you wait to start investing. Compound growth loses time it can never get back. Every day you depend on a single income. You are one bad week away from crisis. The gap between where you are and where you want to be is not about how hard you work. It is about how strategically you build. And strategy starts with a decision made today, not someday. You now have 5 shifts that the wealthy use and the schools never teach. The question is, which one are you going to implement first? Because knowing this and doing nothing changes nothing. But taking one step, just one, puts you on a completely different path than 95% of the people around you. If this video shifted something for you, if you felt that click of recognition, then do one thing right now. Subscribe to Armored Wealth. Because every week we break down exactly what it takes to build wealth across all 4 pillars: your finances, your health, your mindset, and your purpose. Real frameworks. No fluff. No get rich quick. Just the blueprint most people never get. And if you want to go deeper on the wealth pillar right now, watch this video next. It goes even further into exactly how to start building multiple income streams from zero. This is Armored Wealth. Armor your life. Master your realm.